Yes. Yes, it's recording. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that whole I never did that during rehab with weed. I never did the I never did like all you have to do is not smoke weed just for today. And then you keep doing that every day. I Let me get my face off the screen. I'm looking at myself. Ah. Yeah. Mm. Um Yeah, I never did that whole thing. Just all you got to make it through is today. I'm just not smoking for today. It's not. I'm not smoking for the rest of my life. It's just I'm not smoking for today. It's just the trick is you keep doing that every day. I never did. I did not do that. I have not used that as a technique in weed times. I didn't use that. But I used that today, and it helped. I wish I didn't know the truth that it has to be every day. I wish it was just this because it's actually easy on a day to day basis. But hopefully, I mean, it can help you get me out of that future mind, I guess, to sort of keep having it. Because really, it is easy if you think about it just as now. It's the future that makes it hard. Yeah, okay, so moving on. For now, at least, let's move on. Yeah. So that's cool. I have this thing that also came into my life that seems like it came right at the same time as that decision on Sunday that maybe I won't smoke the vape anymore. It was this idea of like, and it's hitting me, stuff that's real. Stuff that's real is hitting me. And I don't feel like treacherously excited about it, like revelatory, but it feels very revelatory. Which is this other thing that I got, which is like, whoa, what if you were new here in LA? What if you were new? What if you had this idea for the YouTube channel that you're gonna do, and the stacking the amount of money, stacking the amount of value provided, and following and customer and cohort with me, and money and the different things that I'm shooting for and the lifestyle that I keep picturing. Certain things getting more clear about it too. I'm kind of back on that, but anyway, like, what if you just came to LA just now and just jumped into that, and you only were like, you're teaching Ableton at the school because it seems like a cool thing to do for the time being, but you're not used to LA. You're just in LA. Like, drop me here. And I'm like, whoa, dude. Oh, thank God. Thank you, God, for that. Thank you for that. Because, for that thought. Because that was not of my own. Who gave me that thought? Who gives us some of these thoughts? Who gave me that thought? You gave me, like, who gave me that thought? Like, because, yeah, like, dude, like, well, like all these things that I'm just okay with, like always leaving the bath mat stuck in the door. I've just got like that's a microcosm. That's a small example of which there are many. That's a microcosm is not the word, but like that's just an amount. I don't know the word for it. Whatever, but. That too. That's another thing I've been thinking about. Getting better at speaking, taking a second to speak and speaking. Although I love being like leading with passion and letting my meaning come through from fucking 30% words, 70% vibe, and you can just feel it from me. I'd like to be more verbose or more articulate, is really what it is. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, I've just gotten used to certain things. Like, just like ordering DoorDash every day, letting the bath mat be all messed up, like not do it, like letting the dishes pile up, and all of these things kind of contributing in their own little way to me not feeling great, and then me not feeling great contributing in its way to me not doing the things that I would like to do a lot of the time. things that would push me forward in my life, the things that I know the things that I know are right for me in certain moments, not choosing to do them, because it's like a domino effect from all these little things. They do add up. No one of them is it, but it's a lot of them all combined, man. That really, because a lot of them are, and the idea is like, what if I were new, man? If I just dropped into LA, dude, I'd be like, well, let me set that bath mat situation up right. Like on day one, if the bath mat was getting stuck in the door, I wouldn't be like, guess that's what this is. No way! This is huge. This is huge. Yo, this is huge. This is huge. I should do this for other people. I should do this one for other people. But just for me, for now, right now, I would not let that sit. No way. Or the dishes just piling up. I wouldn't just like be in a new place and be like, yeah, let's set that precedent. No, dude. It's like garbage that we get used to. And there's a lot of that in my mind. Oh my God. There's a lot of that in my mind. Forget the physical space, man. There's a lot of that in my mind. Things where I go like, well, yeah, now I'm gonna like, this is what I do. Whenever something like this happens, I kind of get frustrated and I kind of fucks up my next like hour or two. But then I'm all right. What about just like, yeah, this just happened and that happened and so what do I do with that right now? Versus like, oh yeah, here's the way that I respond to that. And so, it's happening for the millionth time, so let me just fucking respond the way I always do. There's a lot. Oh my God, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh my God, can you imagine if you change that stuff, your whole life? Yeah, man, I'm on the cusp, man, of really like kind of being out of like the honeymoon era of seeing like vision. The vision is still really continuing to grow, but like for sure it's still continuing to grow. It's not like it's stalemated, but or stagnant, but like it's in a different place, and maybe that's why I wanted to make this video, because it's been a while since I've made a last one, and something is changing. Like the vision is getting more like definite, and it's a little less I don't know. It's not that it's a little less exciting. It's just realistic. Like it's realistic. Like I'm roughly a third of the way there with money. I've got 8 videos shot and edited, 90% edited under my belt. Plus I put out a bunch of Ableton tutorial videos, so I'm getting feedback. That feels nice. I'm just like it. Throttle time, man. For real. Not like the like. I'm always looking at myself from a third party. Like, in all these moments, I can visually see my face. Maybe it's because I'm filming myself. I can imagine eyes. But like, who cares? Who cares? Like, there's another way. And this is another thing that's been really brewing. I'm trying to catch this video. I'm trying to catch it up on so much. But there's another thing that's really been brewing, which is like, there's another way, man, to do stuff. Like a whole different way than what I had based my whole situation. Like I have like the like purpose, desire, clarity, plans, faith, discipline, progress, success. that order of stuff, like, it still kind of works within that frame. But there's another way where it's less coming up with the end goal, or maybe it still has to do with the end goal, but there's something different about another way that I'm realizing is a way, which is just literally, like, literally following the passion and the fun with caveats, like because of needing to make money and stuff, and maybe not being able to, like, maybe needing to pay rent, like, right now, and not being able, like, being able to do that, so having a job or whatever, but something with, like, literally just following that, and like, if you realize that something that you've been doing for the last 3 weeks is not it, but it was giving you so much fun, okay, then what is the next? What is the next? Oh, this? Okay, and then you do it for 3 weeks, and it's like, not exactly. What is the next? And you keep going, like, following that breadcrumb trail is also a way. I don't know how it relates to manifesting something in the physical world that is very specific. But maybe there's something to do with that, going toward more, like, more of a route that's just toward, like, fulfillment, or you know, whatever the case may be. It's like there really are different strokes for different folks. There really is. There's different ones. Some days I'm finding it easier to be like a kid and laugh a little harder. That's cool. Because it got so thinky for a decade. I'm not too far gone. Are you ever? But, like, I'm not too far. Like, I could still, like, jump into that. Yeah, I picture this guy, man, me, around people that I really enjoy being around, and somehow being around my family more, getting to spend time with my family, and maybe that's a pipe dream, because maybe what I'm imagining is, like, maybe what it is just, like, the young, when I was younger, like, living with all five of them, like, all of us being together all the time. I don't know. But something, I just see this vision of myself where I'm like this continually growing and continually growing thing, but that is, like, all the stuff from my life, like the kind of the, like, social insider, like, yo, let's all fucking do this, like, that whole thing, dude, because that's my thing, dude. That is so it. Oh god, that is so it. That is so it. Always remember that is it for you. For me, is what I'm saying. FJ. Always remember that. I think you do. The social insight, like, the one, like, getting everybody together, but you know what it is. But yeah, that situation, like, that person, but also, like, kind of like a physical, like monkey man. I like to identify, like, it's almost like things that I like identifying with, things that I'm, like, cool identifying with. Like, I like, if there's anything I'm down to identify with, and maybe as I grow older, I go, like, I can't believe that I ever was, like, that it's cool to identify with anything. Like, it should not be identified. Or maybe as I grow older, I go, identity is great, and there's even more I'm cool with. Whatever it is. In this moment, there are certain things that I like. Sorry, I'm just checking the video. There are certain things that I like to identify with. Like, I like the idea of, like, being like a little, like, monkey man who's, like, fucking climbing shit and, like, fucking fucking finding shit in the like in the earth and all around, and like and being like, huh, like, whoa, we could do this with this, and like fucking physical, and it doesn't feel aligned for me to like not for my body to have extra like I don't think I need to like it's not that I can only picture being like absolutely shredded to the bone, but like certainly when I picture who I am on the inside, it is lean. It's like I'm lean, and I don't mean that in body fat, but for it to externally manifest, it would be. It would also be lean in my body. I feel like lean. Like I don't need that much. I really don't. I really don't. That there are certain things that I know inside and out, and that I continue to learn more about. And there are others I'm sure that will come in, and I like that granular on certain things. But I don't need a lot. Like I have more than I need in this room, right here, and I don't know if that's great for my mind. Like maybe the external world around me can be more like what I am. Maybe I can cultivate my world to be more like what I am. Because this makes sense for somebody who's all over the place. And you know what? Maybe it's still true. Maybe it's still true because as I look around, the amount of mess, it's not what it used to be. And guess what? The amount of mess inside me is not what it used to be either. And so you know what? Maybe it is changing all in due time. But maybe one can beget the other, or maybe one can nudge the other. What if I change? Well, then as I say that though, I sometimes I do make attempts to change my space, and it just keeps going. But my space changes on its own to some extent. When the reference experience I have is that small internal changes I think can be made from changing my physical space, but vice versa, when internal changes seem to be taking place over periods of time within me, my space ends up changing a little bit, little by little, and it sticks. Like, yeah, no, because yeah, like, no, wait, yes, certainly. Yes, certainly. Right? My space is more... In certain ways, yeah, my space is more... is a little leaner. But yeah, when you take the external manifestation of my surroundings, the external manifestation of my body, and you compare it to the internal, when you look back at, like, the last turning point, like June 2021, when you look back at that turning point, which is about to be almost 3 years ago, wow. When you look back at that, wow. When you look back at that turning point, the inside of me was more cluttered, and it was more cluttered, unsure, sad, self-hateful, and the environment was more sad and more cluttered. And my body looked more sad. It was even like, my body's not like extremely tight right now, but it was even droopier. It looked more sad, and it was cluttered. It had too much on it. There was more fat, more excess that I had, that more facial, more length of hair, like, huh. Yeah, and again, I think maybe I can make changes to the space, to the body, and that it can impact the internal. But historically, it just is seeming like the more the internal change, the more the external stuff changes, and it sticks. At least whatever little minuscule amount of progress was made in the external world seems to stick generally. The more the internal, because since I've been kind of getting less cluttered and changing, like or dealing with the clutter better, well, yeah, well, yeah, maybe let's not go into that one. Just certain things that there's just going to be one or two things that if I am going to put this online, that I'm not going to talk about, but I will put it in the journal that reflects today. I will put it written in a journal that reflects today, something that I was just about to say. But yeah, let's not say that. But no, but overarchingly, it is true. So if I continue to just declutter and calm, organize the inside, then I'd expect to physically look leaner and for my environment to be leaner, which I'd like. And yet to have so much energy with which to use the environment and the me. That's the thing, so much energy. And the physical manifestation, I think of that is like money and resources. So it's like, well, what do you mean, like, really lean? There's a lot of excess in the type of money that you may need for that you're gonna need for what you think about. For me, yes, true, but that's like energy. That's not like excess. That's abundance of energy, not abundance of clutter. I guess not abundance of that. It's a different thing. It's like, should I be inclined to use this body? Or should I be inclined to use all the stuff that is in my world, the cameras and the recording equipment and the resources of people and things and equipment and homes and spaces and land and buildings and influence. Should I be inclined to use any of that? I have ample, abundant energy with which to do so. And the energy in the body there is like strength and leanness. I'm not bogged down. I have endurance. I'm light on my feet. When I jump up and down, there's almost a vibe of like when I jump up and down, I'm not like continuing to. There's no like wiggling continuing, and I'm by no means fat. It's just there's a solidness that I don't have, that I've had before. I know what that feels like to have that sort of. If I jump up and down and I stomp on the ground, there's really no like wiggling. There's no like, it's just this massive energy that I am, that goes, and there's not like extra dead stuff. It's just what I need. In my space too. It makes me want to revamp my space. And I think that that'll come most naturally when the inside of me continues to revamp to a certain breaking point where things start to, because it's happening with my hard drives and all the things that I've been, that I spent time organizing, and that like it seems to be happening very naturally. So I'm just gonna allow it to keep happening. This is a great thing. So let's just remember that too. Like, this is great. This journey is amazing. I would like to be sharing it. I'll be honest, and I still am trepidatious about my journey, in the sense that the closer I get to it being real. It's still a ways off. A real ways off. I'm open to it not being the type of ways off that I may be conceiving of. Time. It's such a time ways off. It's such an heavy ways off. It's such the road that's going to be an unfun work, sweat, not sleep. I'm absolutely open for it to be a different. Honestly, I'm open for it to be a different type of ways off. But I just mean that the day-to-day life right now is in a lot of ways a ways off from what I picture as the next checkpoint. But I'm not sure where I was going with that. Listening to others. Why not? Why not listen to others if your brain is moving like this? Why not listen to others? You know? It's an opportunity to not be in your zone for a minute, and that's context. And it's valid. It's very valid informational input. Other people's thoughts and feelings, and for you to not have what you think of it ready to go, but to develop what you think of it as a result of listening to it, it's valuable. It seems so obvious, but I think a lot of the time, man, no, dude, yes, but dude, Johnny is as much as certain identity things have not been being considered. There are things that this Johnny is that even with fresh slate and preconceived notions out the window, there are things that I think I'm rediscovering about myself that are overarchingly true. Things that have been historically true, things that I've identified with, believed I am. That's a thing about me that makes me me. That as I separate for some time, because it's been some time now that I've been away from certain things that I just am. Guess that's me. I've been away from a lot of those, but certain ones come back, and it doesn't feel like they're coming back in a habitual way. It seems like they're coming back in a new way. It's almost like if you take somebody who knows that 18 divided by 2 is 9. If you take that person and you really wipe them clean of knowing that 18 divided by 2 is 9, but then they just figure it out again that 18 divided by 2 is 9. Like, it's like, well, yeah, there was no habit there. They actually didn't know it anymore, but they're just finding it again to be true. Certain things, like, I'm open to being, to not, to moving away from this, but man, like, I am socially intuitive, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't need to say that that's any other adjective that is bad. I can just be socially intuitive, and that can be okay. That can be not, like, so special, and that can be not holier than thou, and that cannot be arrogant. Like, that cannot be manipulative. That doesn't need to be. That doesn't need to be. That doesn't need to be sneaky. That doesn't. All these things that maybe I think that I have thought historically that I am inherently that are bad. Having a social intuition is not, like, bad. Like, being sneaky, I guess, is a little closer to being bad, or these other things, manipulative, arrogant, all these other words that I attribute social intuition to. That, like, where the social intuition, like, leads me word wise as I describe myself. Those are, but, like, it's okay. It's okay. I have, like, you have that, and that's okay. And if you don't have it, if you don't have it one day, that's okay. And if you were wrong the whole time, then that's okay. But you seem to have it, my man. So, and that's okay. So that's okay. You're allowed. If you're given it, then you must be allowed to have it. It's like a strong thing that you have. That's okay to have skills. Like, and I have and that too, feeling. I have that. I do have that. I do have that. And it doesn't mean that if somebody else says, oh, I feel everything, I seem to feel everything, I really am like a feeler, I feel music more deeply than other people, or it's not a competition, dude. They are saying what is true for them. They may feel things a million times more than you. If somehow this wild thing of you two comparing how much you feel stuff could ever even enter the ring, who feels more? It's so, like, it's so unimportant. Like, it's okay. And, like, but I do. I feel things. I feel things a lot. What's the complication there? I guess that there's context. I guess that if I were alone in this universe, would I even know to say I seem to feel things a lot because I don't see other people not necessarily feeling it as much? Like, it's hard not to notice when something in the music affects me and brings tears to my eyes, and 16 other people, no one is even close to having tears in their eyes, and I have it from the music. Like, it's hard not to notice and to play a little comparison game. But in those moments, like, that's not an opportunity to feel special. Everybody is different in different ways, and there is some ways that other people are different that you're not seeing in every room. I'm interested in finding those about people. There's a lot of energy that gets taken from me. Perhaps because others can. This is just a hypothesis, but maybe because others can sense that I am innately intrigued and attracted to unleashing that within them. And who wouldn't want to be? I know I'd love to be. I know I love to be around somebody who makes me feel like they would enjoy bringing my 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 gifts, my essence out of me. I would love to be around that. I love being around that. If ever I'm, you know. And that's, I guess, yeah, maybe we'll just kind of like wrap up here. I mean, let's just prepare for that, man. Let's just prepare for that. Let's just continue. Like, so what is it? It's continue to experience. Remember to enjoy all this. Enjoy it. And there were enjoyable moments today. Keep having those. Like, allow those. They are everywhere. And know that you got this. Know that I got this. Johnny has this. I have this. You have this. We have this. For sure. I mean, for sure. I don't even have to, yeah, I don't have to prove it. I don't have to prove it anymore. And it's going to be, it just feels like it's less and less proving to myself. Feels like it's less and less of that. I'm excited to just know it even more, because I think there's room to know it even more. Both the specificity of certain vision elements, and also just to know that to have even more faith in it. I believe that there is room. Presence is not judging myself. Maybe I should probably put those down. I mean, you know, it's like presence, like not judging self or others. And what was the first one I said? Fun. Continuing to enjoy. Know that there is growing faith. Yeah, know that faith continues to grow. That's the space I'm in right now, is that faith is continuing to grow. It's not like once I hit some particular mile marker of faith, now the manifestation seeds have really been sown. It's like, no, it's just like I continually have more faith, and that's just what this is. So, any like premature, like before being older in my earthly years, wisdom that comes, I'm very thankful for. I feel like part of me feels like there's some deserving there, but I guess I largely in this moment feel that I don't necessarily deserve wisdom. And sometimes I feel as though I've said something or formulated thoughts that are wise, and they're a mixture of all these other things. It's not like they're just within me or something, but you know what I'm saying? And that's really nice. I like that. Presence. So not judging self or others. Know that faith is continues to grow, and then this one's important. Energy management. What I do, what I am going to continue to be doing, requires quite a bit of energy. That's for sure. I'm not saying good, I'm not saying bad. It simply does. It requires quite a bit of energy. And because I am living as, to some extent, I am living as the person. I am living as the person who I'm going to be living at in a different life circumstance and at different scale once I hit the next checkpoint. Just this helper who's unearthing things, creating scenarios in groups, helping to construct group scenarios, helping with people's combined creativity, helping to because I'm going like that. A lot of people want that energy. It can be very easy to freely give to maybe a bit much of that energy based off of how much energy I must give to certain things within me and within. So there's just I'm still learning. Like I said, the whole passion creates energy. Passion is energy. Passion drains energy. Vice versa. What's going on there? I'm really learning that. I don't know. But what I do know is that energy management, that can mean how to create more energy. When, cues, scenarios, when to consciously conserve energy. When to just not necessarily help right now with something, or when to say no because I know that a particular project that somebody wants me to do is going to require a lot of my energy in the doing of the project. It's also going to require a lot of my energy in my current ability to spend a whole week not feeling a little bogged down by the fact that I said yes. Currently where I'm at, a lot of the time when I say yes to something, even though I'm not actually doing it for the whole week, it's like I just do it on Saturday or whatever. During that whole week, my energy is a little, just because I feel as though I'm, that's where I'm at right now. I'd like to not need to be presented with that moment until I'm in the present moment of that Saturday and not need to feel it all week. But where I'm at right now, so it's just a matter of just the presence and the awareness of energy, of my own energy management. So how can I create energy? How much energy do I have? When to conserve it? That's good for now, I think. Yeah. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I think I'm about ready to start like being physically fit again too. We'll find out. Good luck on the vape, man. Okay. Love you.